And introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 57.1 kilograms and trains under Steve Walton out of Wolves Den. With an undefeated professional record of 1 win for 0 defeats, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Frank the Tank Jankowski. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 56.1 kilograms and trains under Ben Vickers out of Scrappy MMA. With a 1-fight professional career, make some noise for Harv Mohar!
When giving the final word, Ben Vickers, I know exactly what you're going to say.
He couldn't look less interested, Harv, could he? Anyone would have thought he was going to have a fight.
Oh, did you see the stare of Harv? Just staring down the pipe at Frank the Tank.
Yeah.
He is not intimidated at all. He wants this one. You can see it. I'm sure both guys do, but you can see the look in Harv's eyes. He wants this one.
Yeah, and look, Harv's an interesting character. You know, he marches to the beat of his own drum and he fights his own style. There's very few people that fight exactly the same way Harv does, but he's landing early here. This is going to be a busy one, boys and girls.
Well, we've gone low here at Eternal 66. As I'm sure we'll get a bit of a break here, ladies and gentlemen, if you're on the Gold Coast for Eternal 67, Juice versus Rideout. Eternal Welterweight Championship is on the line, July 16th. If you're not going to be on the Gold Coast, if you're going to be here in Perth and you can't get there, or if you're watching from anywhere around the world, it'll be live and exclusive on UFC Fight Pass. If you haven't done so, sign up now to watch that main event. Can't wait for that one, Eternal 67. But for the time being, we are here at Eternal 66 in Perth. They touch gloves and we're back to the action, Ben.
Yeah, and look, expect to never see Harv standing still. And look, Frank's going to have to find him. And if Frank can find him, he's got a good chance. But Harv's an exceptional wrestler. He loves wrestling. And although he looks like an accountant, he's a very accomplished martial artist. No offense to accountants.
Oh, none at all. I mean, if you're talking about Harv and his occupation, he's written government. I have no idea what that means.
Well, I can't disclose what his occupation is.
Let's not disclose it. Let's focus on the task at hand. Mohar doing a good job. Wow.
Shot from Frank just grazed the nose of Harv there. But this is a high-paced fight. The last fight was a bit more steady and controlled. These are flyweights. They're both very technical, and Frank does like that running kick, and there's some power behind that. Obviously, you can see both Harv's knees heavily taped. Which one's the bad one?
High-paced action so far. Sorry, go ahead, Ben.
Has he got 2 bad knees? Has he got 1 bad knee? Which one is it? One's heavily strapped, one's not so heavily strapped. I like the mind game. Maybe he's got no bad knees. He just wants him to kick him, and then he can take him down.
Well, I mean, is that part of the game plan, Ben?
Not one I made up, but Harv, like I said, marches to the beat of his own drum. So.
He's his own person.
Yeah. And look at the movement. He's doing a really good job, Harv, of staying off the centre line and giving Frank no clean target to aim at. But Frank's just minding his composure and not moving as much. So Harv's style is obviously going to take a little bit more energy because he moves all the time. But he does land heavy there. And this movement's working. Frank's having a hard time pinning him down. His head's not on the centre line. He got lazy there with his footwork, but he's pinged him down the middle there.
Well, he's tagging him, isn't he, Ben? He's landing shots of his own, is Harv. But Jankowski...
Not phased by anything, to be fair.
Not at all. I was just going to say he's taken it quite well.
And both boys, what I like about this fight is both boys are looking to make the person miss and make them pay. They're looking for counter punches. It's high-level stuff. Good movement from Harv there. Just caught Frank lunging in. And what Harv will do is if he keeps getting them reads, then the counters will start coming.
Absolutely.
But if he does have bad knees, he's fighting a very smart fight because he's not staying in one spot for Frank to kick him.
No, not at all. He's definitely not giving anything away.
Oh, that was beautiful up and down, but Frank was very good with his evasion, Frank. His reaction time, speed is superb. He's just getting out of the way of everything at the moment. He's got to do that for 15 minutes. That's going to be the challenge for Frank. It's all well and good avoiding those nice, clean combinations in round 1. Can he do it in 14 minutes into the fight?
Absolutely.
And has Harv got the cardio to do that, to fight the way he's fighting for 15 minutes? Oh, that was a good shot from Frank. He's landing well on the low kicks, but Harv's actually checking. That was a nice cross-check there, very technical. He doesn't check kicks in the gym, so I'm pleased that he does it when it matters.
Good to see that. Good to see that he's, well, as you said, he's his own person, isn't he?
He's having a lot of success with that left hook when he comes in. It's fast. It's not necessarily powerful, but he should start to put the right hand behind it as the fight progresses.
He's got to watch that knee.
But that front kick up the middle is obviously part of Frank's game plan for this fight. But if Harv keeps moving his head and doesn't get caught clean, he's good, and he's still having success with that lead hand. Bit telegraphed there from Frank, but I like the idea of the question mark kick because Harv's been checking a lot, so he's trying to get that check so he's stuck on it on one foot and then take the shot to the head.
Most definitely.
Oh, again.
And you heard that one, Ben. Yes, there's no questions as to where that one landed.
And we are 15 meters away from the cage.
We are indeed.
That was a big groin shot.
I think he might take a bit more time with this one, Ben.
But and frankly, he should have a point removed because that's 2 in round 1, and it's affects the cardio of the fighter.
Well, let's wait and see. Matt Nguyen, did he give a warning for the first one? I mean, do we give warnings?
We should.
We should. Crowd starting to get behind Frank the Tank here. No point deduction thus far, Ben Vickers, in round 1.
See, this for me is how that is unjust, because you're still, I mean, Harv should have took more time, but he shouldn't have been put in a position
where he needs to make that decision, right?
So 30 seconds to work in the round. Frank, heavy top side. Harv just needs to keep moving. Yeah, he's got the underhook now. There's a cut here somewhere or some blood. I don't know who that's coming from. Most likely Harv. But this is an interesting position. Harv's going to get up here. Beautiful scramble from Harv. Wow. And then he's going to look to land some shots.
www.ufcfightpass.com/sign up. Round number 2. Jankowski versus Mohar here in Perth.
Then we've just picked up where we've left off, both boys. Frank is using that kick down the middle and those knees up the centre line very good. He's discouraging Harv from changing levels and trying to get in on takedowns. Like I said, Harv is a phenomenal wrestler. He's got outside position here with the head, good. He's managed to keep Frank off of him. But a good exchange, like Frank offering something different, which is what you should be doing. You want to try and change the game up so people can't get fixed into a game plan. So
absolutely.
Great work from the corner team there at Wolves then, giving Frank sort of a different game plan to work from.
He's staying unpredictable here in round 2 as he looks to mix things up.
Yeah, and obviously like the game plan's a the takedown's a heavy part of the game plan here. So he's done well. He's grounded Harv again and a lot more time to work.
Plenty of time to make a statement here in round 2 for Jankowski. But as you mentioned, Ben, Harv Mohar, high credentials when it comes to the ground game, specifically his wrestling.
Yeah, look, for me, he's a bit flat. I'd like to see him get onto a hip and start offering some kind of defense rather than just laying there and waiting for Frank to do something. Like, this is a point where you're in a bad position. You need to be prepared to expend a bit of energy to get yourself out of it. It's your fault you're here. You have to pay the price now and get back up.
Well, speaking about paying the price,
Frank's got a
mount for Frank, yes.
With the grapevines in. He's let the grapevines go, which is smart because you can't get a lot of leverage from that position. But Harv's back to, as soon as he's done that, Harv's nicked half guard again. So, look, great implementation of a game plan here. Frank's going to look to ride the round out like this, dominate position, control the round, and then work his way towards a finish.
He's got to be careful not to give his back here, Ben.
Harv's done well. He's going to walk up the wall. He's going to keep that right hip pressed against the wall to not allow Frank to have the hook. A whizzer here would be nice. That overhook there. Good pressure from Frank. Great grappling there from Frank. And Harv's had no choice but to go for his back. And he's got to watch this head and arm here.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got the arm back. Good thinking from Harv, but great work from Frank, and he's back in the mount again. Harv's not going to accept the position. He's back in that half guard. I'd like to see him get to the cage now. Just nullify one side that Frank's got to work with, help himself out a little bit.
He's absolutely
nice elbows from
on
Frank.
And that mouth guard's come out for Harv. That's courtesy of Frank the Tank. Tough times here in round 2 for Harv Mohar.
Yeah, great work from Frank. Look, he changed the game up. He didn't like Harv's movement. He's got him on the ground. He's dominating. He's dominating this round. He's doing damage. He's dangerous. He keeps improving his position. He's making Harv chase this fight. And when you chase, you make mistakes.
Indeed.
I don't think Harv's in any impending danger, but he needs to do something. He needs to improve his position. He can't. He's had 4 minutes of ground control against him in this round.
Yeah, I mean, Matt Wynn obviously sees that Frank's doing enough work on top here. He hasn't stood them up just yet.
There's no need to stand him up.
No need? Absolutely no need at all. Great transition from Jankowski.
Frank has never stopped working.
Not at all.
Yeah, he's earned this position and he's doing enough to keep it. Yeah, now Harv can get to the cage here. Frank's locked on a Kimura, it looks like, from what I can see. He's going to look to sit out and roll Harv all the way over, but Harv's got his leg. He's let go there and he's landing elbows, which is smart. Very good round from Frank. The smart decisions he's made here in this round.
He's got to watch those elbows. We saw them in our previous fight with Lawrence Louis. They're nasty, but he goes down. He rolls with him, does Mohar. And what a great escape from Harv, Ben.
Yeah, look. Harv did well to make amends for his own mistakes there. And with 20 seconds left in the round, he's on top now. He could do with doing a little bit of damage, just psychologically get himself back into the fight. There we go. Just like give himself a bit of a chin up.
Well, this will be a good way to go into round 3 for Harv. Turning the moment. Pump up your odds, ladies and gentlemen, by combining your favourite NBA markets like to score 20+ points and to have 6+ rebounds.
Yeah,
only through Neds. Back to the action. We'll come back to it, Ben Vickers.
And this is what I speak about the Wolves Den MMA game. It's a complete MMA game, and he lands that shot to the head, catches Harv off guard, thinking about it, upstairs, straight in on the hips, and back to where he wanted to be. And Harv knows now he can't stay in this position and ride out the whole round. He's better off getting submitted for me than staying on the bottom and getting ground out for the whole fight, which is what Frank's going to try and do.
Well, it is a grind, Ben.
Sit out.
And look at this. Wow,
look at that
reversal.
scramble. Sprawl, hard, and now Harv's going to look for the... Now Frank's tired. He's put a lot of effort into that thing. See what Harv can do with it. Harv's obviously tired also.
Yeah.
He's going to see who can keep their composure down the stretch, and there's that shot. Now the problem... Oh, that could be the bad knee there. It was a bit of a wince as he sort of had the hook, the inside tie. Harv needs to move now. Like if he lets Frank settle in this position, he's going to give the fight away.
Indeed.
He needs to move now.
It's now or never for Harv Mohar.
And it's easy for me to sit up here and say it. Frank's got a great run. He doesn't need to move from here and he wins the fight. And no ref in the world is going to stand you up from mount. So
not at all.
It's all the emphasis on Harv now. If he wants to win this fight, he needs to get off the ground. He needs to take risks and he needs to get off the ground.
Well, it's a tough ask for Harv Mohar. Jankowski opening up on top.
He's got the half guard here and an underhook, but Frank's chopped the knee through him. Just killing that escape, but Harv could come up on a single here. It depends where... Frank's got wrist control on the far side. Harv shuffles back to the cage. There's the stand-up. He's got to fight the hands now. He's got to watch the knees. As soon as he... For me, that's an illegal knee also. Great transition to the back, and here we are again. And now it's demoralising for Harv now. He made all that work to get up, and here he is again.
Only to get back taken down.
That's the game. He's got to do it again.
Indeed. Fatigue certainly playing a factor in the later stages of round 3. Nonetheless, You can see it on the face of Harv, Ben. He's really working here.
He's trying, and that's all you can ask, right? He's up against it. Frank's dominating, and Harv's got to his knees. He's got half his base built, but Frank's good. He's over the top of him. He's heavy. He's not going to let him stand up here. Harv's going to have to earn it, and that's what I'm really impressed about Frank. He's making him earn every centimetre of ground that he gets, and here we are again.
More of the same for Frank the Tank as we count down the final minutes of round number 3.
But there's 2 minutes to go. For Harv, this fight is not over, but he has to get up. And you know, Frank is obviously onto that. And he knows if he keeps the fight here, he's going to win.
Well, he's making him work, isn't he, Ben?
Yeah, he really is. He's weighing heavy on him. He's chopping little shots in. He's changing positions. He's listening to his corner. He's listening to the advice. It's a fantastic performance from Frank, especially after a tricky first round. You know, he's decided he knows where he wins this fight, and he's took it there, and Harv's got no answers. And look, when I see a fighter with a locked half guard when he's losing a fight, it upsets me. You've got to let that go, make some space. You are not going to get up by holding him against you like this. This is no good to me.
Well, you heard it first, ladies and gentlemen.
He's cut now, Harv. Some of those little elbows have got through, and now some big ones.
And they are
and this is the
landing.
thing, you know. It seems to me that Harv's decided that this is where he's going to stay, and he wants to get to the end of the fight.
Well, he's got 45 seconds left, Ben. What does he need to do to make a statement here?
He needs to go. And if I could swear on this broadcast, I would. But you have to give it to Frank. Harv has got up and done the right things many times, and he's obviously just ran out of gas.
Fantastic performance by Frank, and it's almost been total dominance in round number 3 as we count down the final 20 seconds. Frank the Tank, he keeps looking at the clock, but he could be looking at his second victory as a professional mixed martial artist. He's reining him down now. Final 10 seconds of round number 3.
We love a bit of claret. We haven't seen too much blood tonight.
No, it's been pretty clean, Ben.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this contest 30-27 for your winner via unanimous decision in the blue corner, Frank the Tank Jankowski. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with your winner and still undefeated as a pro, Frank the Tank Jankowski. Frank, congratulations on a hard-fought victory tonight. You'd faced Harv before in the amateurs, you got the decision there. Was there anything that surprised you when you came inside the cage tonight with Harv?
Not really. He's a real tough guy. The first fight was probably one of my hardest fights. Yeah, I know he's a game opponent, and brought it out of me. So.
Well, you brought it out tonight as well, Frank. Now, your twin brother, you train alongside him, Ryan Jankowski. He fought on our prelim card tonight, Eternal 66. The decision not going his way. Tell me, how does that affect you mentally, and what does it mean to you to take this win back to him backstage?
Yeah, it means a lot to the gym. Yeah, it's good. We push each other hard. It's motivational. Yeah.
Well, listen, Frank, you've established yourself in this division. You're still undefeated. You've just dispatched with a tough opponent in Harv Mohar. Is there anyone else you want to thank for getting you to where you are tonight?
My coach Steve, everyone at Woolston, everyone pushed me day in, day out, all animals. All my family and friends, shout out, everyone who came down to support. Love all you guys. Woo!
Well, you can hear them there. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for one more time. Your winner, Frank the Tank Jankowski.